Yes, that's right, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV. And yes, that's right, we're on the Formula Wave catamaran for the US Multihull Championships, lining up for the start of race 4. Just coming up to 1 minute to go. And yes, there's a bit going on. Oh yeah, all right, but I think a lot of these guys are going to be shooting off down the line. This seems to be the way of the wave. Get on the line, shoot down the line. But a lot of people thinking that the committee boat is looking good, and yes, could be true. 42 seconds. Okay, just making a bit of space here. Where is the other end? Okay, other end is just there. All right, just need to get her moving. What we got, 20 seconds. All right.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, that is right. Okay, 14 seconds to go there. Oh, you got me. All right, I think that's that was a collision. Okay, just been rear-ended. Okay, but we got off the start line clean. Maybe he gave us a little push there, which was very kind. Now, if we can keep this bad boy going at a good speed, we are not looking too bad. Obviously, don't want to let anybody sail over the top of us. Been out doing a bit of practice this morning, so I'm pretty happy that my tacking's a bit better than yesterday. Yeah, our boat speed is just missing out a little bit there. And the big thing in the wave fleet, like what's most important, everybody is saying don't oversheet, but it's like, where is that sweet spot? It almost feels like the telltales you don't worry about looking at. Okay, just getting a bit of dirty wind off Chris there. More dirty wind coming up. Yeah, that's really knocked us back. Crikey. Okay, let's just see if we can get it going. Yeah, it's such a welcoming fleet. Everybody has been giving me tips. I think the fact that yesterday's results were pretty poor means that people are more inclined to help than if your results are good. Okay, maybe that's just a thing. Okay, but pretty happy with that start. And okay, so upwind boat speed still not as good as I would hope at this stage in the game. But what we have to bear in mind, of course, ladies and gentlemen, is these other guys on the course, this is what they do. Is this what I do? I don't believe it is. Until now, yes, I am a Formula Wave sailor, and it's my intention to do better. Now, doing better, if that means qualifying for Gold Fleet, we're gonna have to do a lot better. A lot better means got to drop 20 points today. Well, 20 positions, in fact, which is a lot. That's a lot to ask. All right, so here we are. We're just sitting here, taking it, sucking it up. Yeah, if it wasn't for Chris there off the start line, we'd have been looking pretty tasty. But there's always a if only. But the other thing that I want to engage today is not doing silly strategies. I want to keep banging it over to the left, because this boat is so affected by chop, that I want to go over to the left where the chop is not quite as bad. All right, so position on the boat. This is something that I've been talking to a few different sailors about this morning. And on the wave, we've got these 2 comfort seats, and apparently the sweet spot is sort of centered around what is known as the hump. Yeah, so the hump should be the center of operations, and apparently just eking it a little bit forwards when it's necessary. When is it necessary? I don't know. Yeah, it'd be good to know, wouldn't it? Eking it forwards when necessary, or back when necessary. I think the back would be if we were worried we were going to stick the nose in. Forwards, perhaps, if we're seeing a little bit too much bow. But I think with this chop, better not to drag the nose. Okay, how are we looking? Yeah, we've got, that's my kind of main sheet position. We've gone down a hole in the clue plate on the main to open up the leach a little bit, to perhaps make it less likely that I'll be oversheeting. Okay, but so far, I think this is the best we've looked so far. So far, I think this is the best we've looked so far in this regatta, which is better than looking worse. All right, so you may be thinking right now, gosh, you know, you may be looking all right at the moment, but soon you're going to do a terrible tack, and that will be it. No, they said, not today. I've been out practicing, and my main finding with the tacking is that don't expect to be able to tack quickly. That is the finding that I've found, and that is what we're going to employ. Don't want to go too far up here, because coming in to a load of boats on starboard is going to cost us. All right, so getting ready for the tack. Anyone we're going to tack into? No. All right, we're going to go now. So get into the back. All right, okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, packing much better. Yeah, bad timing for the chop there. Gosh, just when needed a good tack. That was flipping awful. Oh gosh, and he falls over. All right, straight to the back of the fleet. Yeah, okay, that didn't work so well. Okay. All right. Oh, that was tragic. Okay, good. Better, I think better to do that early on in the game rather than later on in the game, because at least earlier on in the game you've got time to do something. And with my new superpowers, like, God, that tack was bad. I think just bad timing with the chop. Maybe because we're a bit, I didn't practice this far away from the beach, and didn't have this sort of chop closer in. Maybe that is the thing. All right, we're going to be meeting a wall of boats on starboard tack, so stay tuned to see how we are going to weave our way through all those boats. If there's no weaving involved, probably means that we're last, which would be a shame. Okay, come on wave. Now, of course, the good tack is going to affect where we tack, because if we do a bad tack in a bad place where we wanted to do a good tack, we might well not make it around the mark. Okay, there's blue flash. Blue flash is one of my markers. As is the Murray's Floral Tribute. Okay, I think we're not far off. I think we can tack underneath all of this lot. Okay, she's going round. Okay, not a great tack, but it worked. Let's get that in. Get her in gear. Okay, obviously a lot of dirty wind here. Yeah, quite a big one. Okay, so I think that early attack was good. All right. So there goes blue flash, just round in front. And there's Bart. Bart we raced against last year at Ocean Springs, incidentally. Okay, here we go. And there it is. Right, I put a knot in the main sheet to know how much to sheet out and we're going to use the flopper stopper, and I'm opting for a standing stance. Someone said, why don't you just sail the boat like you're surfing? Yeah, we're back at Pipeline and just dropping into one of those big tubes. Everyone's gone for the early jibe. I'm going to go for the late jibe because we don't want to be everybody else. All right, although we are being sat on by another boat, let's wang it over. Okay, that was pretty dynamic, I think you'll find. In fact, I think that's Adam down there with the red rudders. Mistakenly called him Greg yesterday. We've talked about it. It's all right. It's out in the open. We're all happy now. Everybody's friends here in the wave fleet. All right, so the good thing with the standing up, I think, is very small weight adjustments to try to keep the boat going on the waves. There we go, little nudge there, and there she goes. Also, you can see everything. I'm sure you're enjoying this spectacular footage from the heart of this fleet, from this elevated position. Dare say bow cam is getting a shot that we're not going to use. Yeah, but I find it a bit better. I think yesterday I was sticking the decks under the water a bit more than optimal. See, it does feel like I'm at a different party to everyone else. Everyone else having a lie down. There's me, I'm still on duty, standing up. But this is definitely the best it's felt on the downwind. The flopper stopper, which is this rope at the front, designed to stop the rig from banging around. Very loose rig, and that's going to pull the rig further forwards. It's going to give us a little bit more thrust on the downwind by having the rig more upright. Now, I think for tomorrow, if I'm going to use the surfer technique, might wear a cape to double the sail area. Okay, I don't believe that would be class legal. Someone might have words about that. Put it in the comments if you think otherwise, but if you can't really see a difference on the course for which side to go, always go the same way, because then probability says perhaps you're going to do a bit better in the big picture. All right, where is the gate? There's like a wall of boats between us and the gate. All right, come on. Nice. Not going to run up to the nose to hang 10 just yet, but we're certainly getting points for style. And I think we have improved our position on the fleet here a bit. I like it though. It feels definitely, using the surfer technique, I'm going to call it the Sonny Garcia, it definitely feels more dynamic. Feels like we're doing something to influence our position much more than just sitting on the boat. And it's keeping it loose, you know, it's loosening the hips, less likely to get, what's it called, DVT as we come downwind. Yeah, some waves coming through here. All right, so the front runners are opting to go left. Is it for fewer tacks, or is it just to keep the options open? Who can say? All right, so Black Dak at the moment is going to have rights at the buoy. And there's John coming in there. John was in front of us on the upwind leg. He's not. I think the surfer is working reasonably well. Just going to think. Sequence of events coming in here. What's it going to be? We are going to jibe the mainsail. Then we are going to take off the flopper stopper, because once we're going upwind, that flopper stopper ain't coming off. And then we're going to do the sweetest mark rounding anyone has ever seen. what's that, shortened course, lengthened course, I believe, because that is the C flag just there. Right, black dack with the jibe. Hoping not too many of these boats are going to come this way, because like a bit, I'm going that way too. Oh, God, close to Adam's rudders there. Crikey. Oh, there was a great moment in rock and roll. Whew. Managed to slam the brakes on just enough. All right, so we need to locate the course. I think when there's been a course change, it goes to yellow. Yeah, I can see it. All right. Okay, so very happy with the surfer technique. The flopper stopper, I think, maybe helping a bit there as well. I think we should have had Adam there. We were looking good on him to start with, but then I don't know. He banged it more down this side, and we certainly didn't. So there we are. Not going to mess around with it now, but I think for the next race, I'm going to increase the downhaul tension. You may be seeing this beautiful downhaul sticker we got on the mast. All the competitors here are going to be getting one of those tonight, but I just wanted the upper hand for one day of knowing how hard to pull a bit of string. I've also kind of decided on how to work our angle a little bit as well. So I've got these extra long wind indicators on the front, which on this boat I'm just using for the upwind, and I've decided that the sweet spot where I want it is just to have the wind indicator going to the leeward side of the mast. That is what I've decided, because then I think the physicist in me, which is definitely amateur, says if that wind indicator is showing what the wind is doing, and if that's pointing there, that means we're getting good airflow around the back of the mainsail. Although having said that, Adam is pulling away from us a bit. So where is the buoy? Buoy's up there. Once again, in this boat, we definitely don't want to sail too far, which maybe we're just getting into danger of sailing a bit too far. So I think, yeah, let's go for a tack there. Adam's tacking. Let's see if we can do a nice one. Nice. All right, best tack of the day. That's what we wanted. That's what she said. Right, do a nice tack, would ya? Okay, nice tack, engaged, and we're off. Oh, it makes a difference when you don't spend a minute sitting head to wind to come out of a tack. Right, a few boats coming over on starboard, but I think otherwise this point might cut to when it starts happening. Okay, first one to dip, here's blue flash. Okay. Actually, no dip required, really. We could just have kept going there. Oh, we've done pretty well here. I haven't been looking behind, but we have been pulling away from Adam a little bit, which is nice. Yeah, it has been feeling, it's the best it's felt actually so far. I think having these long wind indicators, so that at least we know what angle we should be aiming for. And this is only an angle that I've kind of made up myself, but the logic seems intact. Okay, nice. Just when we needed a good tack, we got a pretty good tack. We could be happy with that. Now, it's almost time to unleash the fury once again. There's blue streak coming across, blue flash, sorry. Just gonna turn down a little bit. Okay, get a bit more speed on. He's gonna tack, might take a few scalps with him when he tacks. Okay, and there's Black Dak. Yeah, still together after all these years. We're putting the band back together. And here we go, short reaching leg across the top. Let's get that pace on. Oh yeah, working it. And then the depth charge round the mark. It's a space hopper. The mark is a space hopper. It's official. That's what you do. All right, and flopper stopper engaged, and we're back on the surfer. We're back at pipe. Sonny Garcia, we're on starboard tack. It's okay. Okay, and I should think on the last downwind leg, Black Dak has probably had enough of this noise, this bloke talking on this boat. Alright, it's cool, man. I almost got someone at the leeward mark. I know the feeling when you just can't stop. Yeah, I know. It's hectic. To be honest, it's not the vibe that I'm going for. So I'm going to put in a little, whoa. Well, I was going to put in a little cheeky, but we're just hanging 10 on another one. Okay, just nice to have a bit of space. Maybe 50 and Black Dak can go and have a little party on their own, and I could go back to just riding some of these sweet waves, very small waves, but it's good when you get one. And also, by going over this way, we want to go left for the finish, so we don't have to we only have to do one tack up the last small beat. So we want to go left, so by coming in from the left, it means we'll be coming in more likely to have rights at the buoy. All right, 1 foot on the hump, 1 centre of the front pad, and just a little, I'm not going to call it a scooch, I'm just going to call it a little hips. Yeah, wave of the day. Come on, scooch it. Yeah. All right, where is Adam? Oh, he's back there, he's lost a few. Yeah, there was a lot of boats there, which, when there's a lot of boats there, it's so easy just to quickly lose 5 places. There we go, next wave on the scooch. All right, 50's just hanging out and he's going as fast as us, but whether this is any faster or the same, I'm gonna keep doing it because I like it. It's be flipping exciting when it's windy, I could tell you that. Here we go, little scooch, let's have it. Yes, come on. Yeah, this is where the waves seem to, as in the sea state wave, seem to get a little bit more prominent as we come closer into the beach. I suppose they're getting a bit steeper as they enter shallower water. So we'll just scooch that back a little bit. No double scooches, I think that might be called illegal propulsion. Just a single scooch, there we go. 1 scooch, and there it is, crikey. There is some pressure here. I think everybody's feeling a bit of pressure because of the fleet split at the end of today. It's like everybody needs to do well. People are either protecting their position or trying to advance. Yes, we've got ahead of blue streak, blue flash. Are we allowed through the finish line? Yes, we are. Okay, where's my flopper stopper release line? Get that off. Okay, it's off. on the same thing. God, sailing down. Oh, not let him in. Oh. Oh, I'm not sure about that. We'll have to look at that on the instant replay for what happened. Oh gosh, yeah, so there we go, lost a few positions, quite a few positions, and yeah, not happy about that one bit. Yeah, so I think there's something to be learned there. Don't do an accidental jibe coming into the buoy. It does feel like, you know, even if I don't get the good result and we end up in Silver Fleet, it's going to be much more fun. There we go. Look at that. That's what happens. You know, if you come in like that, didn't say anything, just like I'm going here, then we are going to stop in this chop. Dirty. Sit a little bit further back. Sticking a bit of nose in there. Yeah, we were showing a bit of potential there for a second, but then that potential didn't manifest into the good stuff. All right. So what are we going to do here? We're going to tack pretty soon, actually. Blue flash just on us. Oh, collision there. That guy's crashing. All right, here we go. Okay, not a good tack. Okay, let's not get excited. All right, let's. Okay, so we were going all right, I think. There was times when it was feeling good, but yeah, no, that bad tack finish there. That guy just crashed. Don't think he did any turns. You know, because 360 in this, yeah, Black Dak is calling him out. All right, at least that's one position. We'll get back because he's also leeward charger and didn't call for any room, came in, just took it. Anyway, there is a chance, of course, we're in the wrong, but that's what the video ref is for, and we'll be taking a look at that later on. And you choose from the footage that we see. We might even do a bit of split screen there so we can see all of the angles. Okay, but here we go. I think maybe we're in front of what, 10 boats, maybe 12, maybe 13. Let's hope it's 13, maybe 14. If it was 25, then we'd be hitting that sweet 15th position that we were looking for. Oh, just caught a bit of snout in that bit of chop. Okay, so we lost out to Black Dak and to 50, and this guy in front who has not yet been awarded a name. So there we go, race 4 done. Yeah, I think improvements were made, but still a lot of room for improvements at this US Multihull Championship, Corpus Christi, Texas, USA, for the Hobie Alter Cup. Okay, which I couldn't fit it in the baggage anyway, you know, let's be honest, to get back to Greece.